Have you ever woken up feeling already tired before the day even starts? Not a hangover, not lack of sleep, just a heavy feeling you can't name. A strange emptiness, like someone turned down the volume of your life. Your body works, you function, but your soul has a red battery warning. Maybe you're not just tired. Maybe this isn't just a bad week. Maybe you're emotionally exhausted in a way rest can't fix. Today, we're breaking down 7 signs you've crossed that invisible line. Signs that show when you're not just tired, but completely empty, and why classic self-care advice just doesn't work anymore. When everything inside has burned out and you're running on nothing. The first sign people ignore for months, sometimes years. Things that used to excite you now just feel flat and grey. Things that used to light you up now just feel like grey background noise. Movies you loved, music that moved you, games, everything feels equally flat. This isn't laziness, and it's not you becoming boring or just growing up. This is when your nervous system turned down the brightness to protect you. Your mind is shielding you from more overwhelm and pain you can't handle. Your emotions haven't disappeared, they've just gone into protective sleep mode deep inside. And the more you force yourself saying, it's time to enjoy life again, the deeper those feelings hide, burying themselves where you can't reach them. Sign number 2 sneaks up slowly until it becomes your new normal reality. During the day, you seem to live normally, going through motions like everyone. But at night, when it gets quiet, the replays begin. Endless loops. Every phrase, every "I should have responded differently," every awkward moment replaying. This isn't just overthinking or having an active mind that likes analyzing things. This is what a brain looks like when it doesn't get safe space for emotions. It tries to think through what you didn't allow yourself to actually feel inside. You don't rest even when you're lying down trying to relax and sleep. You're having endless invisible conversations, replaying the same scenes over and over again. And each of these episodes takes away a little more energy you barely have. Sign number 3 appears when rest stops working the way it used to before. You can scroll on your phone for 3 hours straight, feeling absolutely nothing. Close it and somehow feel even more broken and exhausted than you were. TV shows, endless feeds, other people's lives. It's more like anesthesia than recovery. Emotionally exhausted people confuse stopping feelings with actually taking a break and resting. But shutting down isn't rest. It's temporary freezing that makes everything worse later. After this fake rest, you don't feel better at all. You feel heavier, because guilt for wasted time gets added to the old tiredness you already had. Sign number 4 hits when simple tasks feel like climbing mountains with concrete. Wash dishes, reply to messages, open a document. Nothing is really that hard, but your body just won't move. It refuses to cooperate with you completely. Like every small thing requires climbing a mountain wearing a backpack full of concrete. This isn't you being lazy or weak-willed or just not trying hard enough. Your system overloaded so much that your brain started conserving energy on absolutely everything. And the more you call yourself useless and worthless and pathetic and weak, the deeper you dig yourself into this hole that becomes harder to climb out. Sign number 5 appears when silence suddenly starts feeling uncomfortable and threatening to you. You want to turn on something, music, video, podcast, just any sound. Because in silence, you can hear what you've been hiding from yourself for long. Resentment, anger, tiredness, fear, regrets. All the things you've been avoiding completely. Emotional emptiness is rarely truly empty like people think it is supposed to be. More often, it's a warehouse of unspoken feelings locked away and forgotten about. Locked with a padlock labeled, "I just don't have time for this right now." Sometimes the bravest thing is leaving the silence on for just a few minutes. Sign number 6 shows up when you're functioning, but feeling completely disconnected from everything. You do everything right, work, respond, perform, but inside you feel absent. You look at your own life like watching a video from third person. This is protective mode your mind activates when emotions become too overwhelming to process. When emotions are too much and not being processed, your psyche turns off depth. So you can just make it to evening without completely falling apart mentally. The problem is, in this mode, you lose not just pain, but joy too. You don't feel the bottom anymore, but you also don't feel the peaks. But even on autopilot, a small part inside remains that sees everything clearly. Sign number 7 is when your inner dialogue sounds like endless list of obligations. Must, should, have to, need to. But what do I want has silence. Emotional exhaustion comes when you live against yourself for way too long consistently. Too much being right for others, too little being honest with yourself about needs. At some point, there's simply no room left inside for what you want. Where there was always duty, often hides normal human desire to just rest. Sometimes the first step out is honest list of values, not tasks. If you recognized yourself in even couple points, nothing is broken in you. This isn't character defect, this is a signal you need to hear clearly. I'm hurting and empty, and I can't pretend everything is okay anymore. Real recovery doesn't start with another cup of coffee or quick fix solution, but with honest question to yourself that you've been avoiding for too long. What exactly exhausted me so much, and what am I protecting myself from? And yes, the path back to yourself won't be about one big breakthrough, but about small, honest steps you take every single day, moving forward slowly. But each step is no longer toward burnout, but toward aliveness and feeling. And if you watched until this moment, perhaps you're taking that step right now. Take care of yourself. You deserve rest. Real rest, not just numbing pain. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're just drained. And that's okay. It's a signal to listen to, not ignore anymore. Recovery takes time. It's not linear. There will be hard days and better ones. But recognizing these signs is already the first and most important step forward. You've been running on empty for so long, you forgot what full feels like. But full exists. It's waiting for you on the other side of honesty. On the other side of finally admitting you can't keep going like this. The small, honest moments, the tiny breaks, the real rest, they add up. They rebuild you slowly, piece by piece, day by day, moment by moment. You don't have to fix everything today or this week or even this month. You just have to start listening to what your mind and body are telling you. And maybe, just maybe, give yourself permission to actually rest for real this time. Not scroll, not numb, not distract, but actually rest and feel and process. You've carried enough. It's okay to put it down now and breathe deeply.